Alrighty.
I'm so giggling. I feel horribly embarrassed.
When last we met, let's see here. You guys had wandered into this vault, decided you would attempt to loot it, and are currently in the process of discovering the consequences of that. Anxious?
Invisible stalkers with way too many levels in Rogue.
Alia can actually see the one that's directly beside her, a Mesua, and a Coriel. Aishlin is currently a large void worm. Yeah, a large void worm.
You had it right the first time.
I still stumbled over the syllable.
Ah.
Half the art of speaking is queuing up the next syllable, and I screwed that up.
Normally you only do that when you screwed up the word, so I was weirded out for a second.
And it is She Who Stalks' turn. And she's currently a little out of the way, trying not to get directly between the arrows and anyone else. And things that you know about the Vault Guardian. There is definitely more than one of them, because arrows keep flying out of the darkness further down the hall still. And they are most definitely undead, and they're surrounded by some kind of abjuration effect, which has not been specifically identified yet.
Dumb question, like crazy dumb. If you shot an arrow into an invisible stalker, does the arrow turn invisible?
Yes.
That is crazy. Anyway.
I assume it would be a bit
shit.
too easy otherwise.
Yeah, anything the invisible stalker has in its inventory is invisible.
And if its arrow is in you, it's in your inventory. Which
when it dropped
leads
its
to the
bow,
funny story
that turned visible.
Ah, yes. Anyway, before I forget, she stalks does have one thing to do, which is cast Sea Mantle on herself. She turns into a towering, thing of water, gets cover saves, all sorts of fun things.
Yep.
She's actually kind of happy where she is. She's not a target right now and can just cast spells all day, so she's good.
Okay. Don't have anything really useful in states, so I'm just going to put a mage armor icon on. Yeah, it's the right color.
That'll work.
Big blue bubble on her.
Close to a tornado, but okay. It's an 8th level druid spell. After 7th level, it's all tornadoes.
Mm-hmm.
Fire tornadoes, earth tornadoes.
Varg is unconscious for 3 more rounds.
Yay!
Not including this one.
Yay!
Alia.
Hey Varg, why are you sleeping? Why are you sleeping, buddy? Nah. Let's see. Buddy Boy's blinded, so he doesn't get AOs for all these arrows I'm about to put in his face.
I like this plan.
Remind me what it is you did blind him?
He had glitter dust and he failed the save, remember?
Right. Carry on.
Though he may no longer have the glitter dust on him, you're still blinded because that's an effect, not because of
whatever they did to dispel didn't dispel the blindness. He's still blind.
Yeah, because it's not a magic effect that is causing darkness or something. No, you're just blind because you got shit in your eyeballs.
Yes.
Glitter in your eyes is really bad for you. If this was being realistic, you'd never get it out.
So here comes my first one. Oh, actually, sorry. Maintain my song first.
Yes.
Note to self: smash glitter in a bag as a self-defense weapon.
Oh, actually, no. I'm using the wrong song. I'm going to stop my song and use my swift action to start inspiring courage instead.
Okay.
So
yeah, for +2 to everything. Or +4.
Get the extra damage. Yep. Since I'm pretty sure I can hit this guy's flat-footed.
Yeah, I'm darn sure. You're really accurate.
Okay, so here comes my first one. +4 attack, +4 damage. This is also my many-shot attack. Oh, actually, +2 attack because rapid shot.
Mm-hmm. 52 hits.
Okay, this next one is just for damage. Okay, next my rapid shot.
Yep.
And then, actually, I'm going to let you calculate the damage because I want to see how well he's doing. And then I'll move on to the rest to my iteratives.
One moment.
Okay, awesome. Here comes my iteratives then.
Keep shooting. Actually, do you get a... I don't know, maybe you should throw like a spellcraft at the shimmering whatever's wrong with him. I don't know, I just had this...
I can as a non-action at any time, so I'll just finish off my attacks first.
Well, no, because I have this really deep-seated feeling he's going to explode when you kill him.
Oh, well, whatever.
Okay. Fucking explosions.
Everything's fine. That hits.
Wave of petrification.
Oh no, there's an idea. That misses.
Okay. Did I actually take my second iterative? My first iterative? 1, 2, 3,
Let's see.
4. Yeah, that. Did a 42 hit? Because that third one's actually at 42. Either way, that should be everything.
Which one's the third one? Because you've sent 5 total at me, one of them being the multi-shot.
Yeah, the one before the one that says second iterative was actually my first iterative, so it should be at -5.
Okay. 42. Yes, 42 did still hit.
Okay then.
Hurrah.
That would be my turn then.
Okay.
Oh, actually, Sappy's got his turn too. I'll have him burn a lightning bolt down that way. Can't hurt anything. He can probably make the save pretty easy though.
He is blind, so your reflex goes down.
Yeah. So either way, he'll probably make the save. It's only a if he's not even immune to lightning bolt, but it's only a DC 18 save. But it's not like I'm going to use that for anything else. So might as well give it a shot.
Straight through him into the wall.
Yep.
Okay.
It's off the wall. Jeez, keep bouncing.
No.
That's when we all die.
They'll never let me design dungeons, friends.
Yeah, he's fine.
Yeah, he's a high-level rogue. I'm not surprised.
That's his turn then. Sorry, that's my turn then.
Alrighty. I mess you up.
Well, she knows where he is, so she's going to start swinging blindly.
Okay.
I'll just roll miss chances for ones that miss then. Sorry, for ones that hit. So here they come. Oh, actually, yeah, she's... Okay, yeah, so +4. Okay, here they come. 1. Would help if I selected the right token. Here we go.
I thought you said you were going to roll the 50-50s first.
No, I'm just going to roll the miss chances for ones I hit.
I'd prefer you do it the other way around, actually.
Okay. I'll roll the miss chance for that one first then.
Okay. All right, that one would land.
Okay.
So check. Okay. And you see him sort of gracefully catch that blow on the side of one arm, twist it around, and redirect the attack. Please re-roll that attack, but it's against a Corial, not against the Vault Stalker.
Yay.
My brain is asking what would happen.
That
Coriol.
hits.
And take 30 plus 4 plus 5.
Okie dokie.
39.
Should all be affected by the DR, right?
Yes.
Yes. Yes, definitely. Yes.
The riders, are they affected separately or are they just as a whole?
They're extra damage on the same effect. They're not separate.
Okay.
If you have resist Sonic or something, yeah, it'll help you. Discordant Voice is the Sonic and it's a Sonic and Shock, so Sonic and Electricity Resistance.
Don't think I got anything for that.
And Ariane's is only a +3 weapon at the moment.
Yeah, he ranges his plus for 3.
Okay.
I need to change my DR at some point. It's not correct right now.
Okay. Carry on with your full attack.
I don't know if I want to now.
I'd love to see this guy try and redirect one of Varg's attacks to be funny.
I'd
There
rather
we
not
go.
get hit by it.
Well, he wouldn't be able to, is my bet.
That could hit. It actually just barely hits.
Yeah, you got under his guard. Now stab him.
Check. Alright, that's... Alright. The stalker stumbles, begins backpedaling backwards with a great cleave across its chest, and then collapses on the floor and turns into black dust that is visible to all.
One down.
Yeah, who knows how many left?
That'll be Emma's turn.
Okay. Aishlin.
Right. Am I taking
Yes.
her again?
Cast Polar Midnight centered on the party.
As the player with the fewest companions to control at the moment,
True.
Yeah. I probably still have her character sheet saved somewhere.
Yeah, making sure you've still got. I'm sending ownership of her token to you now. And here comes her sheet in case you don't have it.
I have it somewhere, but I haven't found it yet, so this is quicker. Right, and she's a void worm right now.
Yes, she is.
So I need the stats for that.
One
No,
moment.
actually, to be easy for you, the Void Worm's primary thing is it can talk. It has spell resistance, no DR. It can fly. It can shapeshift to anything it wants that it knows of. She's a large version and effectively works like the druid's beast shape large version, which just means you get a +4 to your strength and a -2 to your dex and a +4 to your natural armor. Because I'm a druid and I know this shit.
I presume she looks more like this version of a void worm.
Yeah, that'd be probably closer.
Yeah.
She's just really big. Think flying anaconda.
Oh, pardon me. That is a Kekatar protean. So no, she does not look like that, even though it's in the search results for void worm.
In terms of like how she'd look is kind of up to the void worm, because void worms are one of those creatures that can look however they want. So
Yeah,
True.
I presume she does not look like one of these because
yeah, no.
Yeah.
sound like it would go penis snake.
Alright, what can Aishlin do? She got prepared.
She can cast spells fully in this form because they have no trouble doing that because they can do their voice and the movements. You can shapeshift into anything you can think of, but you're limited by your size, so large or smaller. And smallest you can go is small. So there you go.
Really, his two-pad restoration stuff does not get rid of unconscious.
Yeah, nothing does. There is nothing. Unconsciousness is you are dead until the fight is over, or you run out of unconsciousness.
Well, to be fair, you've technically been rendered into a very brief coma.
Like, actually being dead would be better because Breath of Life can get you up from that. Like, dead is easier to get back from
Yes, it
than
is.
unconsciousness. It is the silliest thing.
Are there any problems with Aishan moving through people?
She has freedom of movement currently, and
And
assuming she doesn't bump into somebody, it should be fine.
considering she's a slithering worm and flying slithering worm, and Varg is currently laying face down on the ground, yeah, she can get over everyone or through amongst them.
Yeah, she can move through her friendly spaces without too much trouble. Like, she could
Moving speed is 30
be
feet.
there without too
Okay.
much trouble.
Then
She got any spells to narrow down where it is, or block off the one that's trying to shoot us? Either way,
it
really.
is not letting me move her.
Oh,
Oh,
one
right.
moment. Try now.
Yes. Okay. I'll put her over here. I want to cast web on the next area. I just need to figure out the best place for her to be.
Mm-hmm.
Cast range of web is medium, right?
I believe so.
You know, it's not really a problem on being too far away from it. And right here will work.
I cannot see where here is.
No, I just mean where she is at the moment. I'm still figuring out where to put the web. It's 20-foot radius spread. Can we center it right between those next two artifacts down the row? Not the ones where Varg is.
The web's blocking line of sight to that area.
Oh, right. Get on a site. Yeah.
You don't have line of effect there. You can't cast.
15 feet. She doesn't have to move out of the web area.
Yeah, if she moved to here, she'd be able to...
Yeah, I was actually about to do that, so...
Give me just a
Except-
second, because
yeah.
there's a single pixel of VBL covering your eyes.
It's funny, I can mouse over the spot where I can't see your token anymore, and it says Aishlin, but there's nothing there.
Yep, how's that?
So
Yeah.
nothing.
So yeah, let's cast a web centered right between those two artifacts.
Web. We'll find you eventually.
Yes, web is good for this, and I,
Yes,
of
it
course,
is.
am still impersonated as Encorial. Oh well.
And it doesn't really matter. It knocks off from the correct list. I
Yeah.
know this because I tested it.
How's that?
Yeah, that should be good.
Does another
All
bubble
right.
of not there exist? Or
And
is
I
one
don't believe she has any swift actions or anything.
solid? Her no.
So
Oh,
that
look
should
at
be
it.
it.
The bubble of not there. Guess where he is.
Yay!
Come here, asshole.
I don't think we're supposed to see where that is.
No, Ashley could see that there's a thin spot through here.
Okay.
There is an obvious void in the web where she was expecting it to be thick all the way through.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder where he is.
How confusing.
Anything else?
No, that should be it.
All right, Ecorial.
I get to go again.
You guys did end up with, by player control, all grouped together in the initiative.
We do that. It's smart.
That's actually sort of useful.
Hmm.
Let's just determine which one of us needs to go first and react to effect.
Maybe we should just have our highest init characters roll and then go in a block from now on.
That's an idea.
It's not always the best way, though. Sometimes it is actually really good to have some characters go after the enemy.
Yes.
Like
Okay, I'm
Mesua,
gonna-
for example, was actually really good going after the enemy because that lets her react to a problem. Varga's good going
Over
before the
here?
enemy because that lets him stomp on them
when-
first. Or get in range.
When I DM'd the first time, I was the purest dickhole who would actually have people roll initiative each turn.
Oh. So you're taking your turn sometime, but I don't know when. Enjoy.
Note to self, take improved initiative in your games and always have the macro.
Right. I want to cast a wall of force just outside of that bubble surrounding it.
Ooh, you clever dick.
I want to give us some more time to prepare here.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Let's see here.
I should
Oh.
have plenty of room to do it.
Not wall of fire, wall of force. There we go.
If I had a wall of fire, I might try it.
Cannot move, not easily destroyed, immune to dispel.
I'm just making it clear, I'm not putting it inside the bubble.
Yep. Can be damaged by spells as normal except disintegrate. Okay, so you get a 10-foot square per level. Yeah, you only need 2 levels to block off this hallway.
Well, I mostly mean I want to surround that bubble, not block off the hallway.
Okay.
I think Wall of Forces have to be actual walls, don't they?
yeah.
The caster can form the wall into a flat vertical plane. It must be continuous and unbroken.
Box.
Yeah,
it's not like stone wall, which you can make any shape you want.
No, like this. Wall goes there. Continue wall. Wall. Welcome to box.
No, the caster can
can't
form
do
the
that with
wall
Wall of
into
Force.
a flat
Yeah,
vertical plane.
it's counting like a turn as a broken bit here.
Yeah, it's not a stone.
Fuck,
It's not a stone wall.
Okay, so just slap it in the back so we can't get away.
Or slap it.
Or slap
Or
it in the
s-
front.
Which
So
I
we
think
can't
makes
get to him.
stone wall better than most walls.
Frankly, where's he gonna run to? This is the place he's defending.
Yeah, it's a good point. I guess we could just. The thing is, if we slap it in the front, he's gonna go do something annoying, and then we have to deal with him. Wait, how?
Yeah, if you're going to slap him with a Wall of Force, it's better to stop him from retreating.
Yeah,
Fair
I'd
enough.
rather.
Yeah, let's put it right below the bubble.
So we can't like set off traps or something.
I was thinking
Colin,
about using a
help.
prismatic wall, but I was going to use a prismatic wall to stop them, but I'm afraid there might be more of them behind there that we're going to block ourselves from.
I've already used my swift spell for the day. I'm not sure there's anything else I can do.
Throw your sword at him.
That wouldn't be very effective, I don't think.
No, it wouldn't. Why didn't you take improved sword throw?
I could have done it. I could teleport the sword back to me at any time.
Or the throw anything feat. That's a fun one.
Throw anything. I choose the halfling.
That's actually what it's for.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a fastball special.
All right.
Yeah,
That's why I'm
done.
insulted Varg hasn't taken it yet and done that to somebody.
I'm
All
done.
right.
We should play that, Coriel.
Yeah, it could work.
Because Varg can throw you really far.
Probably, yeah.
The Vault Stalker.
Exotic weapon proficiency person.
Yep.
No, you have to go elf. You have to specify even more.
Yeah, you do have to specify pretty heavily because it's an exotic weapon.
Exotic weapon proficiency spiky gnome.
But not that specific, more just gnome.
I always wanted to play it as part of a duo where one guy was a half orc who threw the other guy, and the other guy was a gnome in spiked armor.
I'll put a battering blast in my sword. You can throw me and I hit them when they fly away.
Hey, Coriel, get spiked armor.
I can do this.
A Coriel.
We'll start throwing you at stuff now.
Out of the darkness from very, very close by, an arrow comes.
Headbutt it.
I
There's
think I'd
some
rather
web
let the
between him
armor
and
take it.
You're not wearing a helmet? I think the arrow's going through some web, so I don't know.
Let's see here. Check.
It's wearing the cone hat, but that's not really a helmet.
Yeah.
He rolls a 3 and he still gets that high, huh? Shit.
Yes, it was this or just have them have guns. Either way.
And Coriel, I believe you are an elf, correct?
See.
Let's see here. Are you protected by any spell resistance?
Yes.
Does a 34 beat it?
Yes.
Okay. Does a 51 hit your AC?
Yes.
Okay. Take the stated damage plus 92.
I don't suppose it's considered any kind of critical hit or sneak attack, is it?
This is it is a named bullet, so
think there's
So
some
plus
in there though.
92, you said?
I'm
Yes.
gonna check. I believe named bullet is considered to be a crit.
Yes, this is critical damage.
Oh, then I'm using my Jingasa, the Fortunate Soldier.
Okay.
Ping.
Which?
It just negates critical hit or sneak attack once a day.
All right. But not both, I'm reckoning.
Says or, so.
Yeah, not both. But I will take 40 over 92.
Yes.
Smart man.
All right, total 65.
Yeah, they should... Again, I'm always confused by if sneak attack is affected by DR or not. Or if it's just lumped in with the
It
earlier.
is. Sneak attack is affected by DR. The thing is, usually other stuff comes in first, so it usually gets through.
No, it's bonus damage to an attack. So
Right.
it's just added
Is
to
it damage?
the attack.
5.
Remember being different. Well, I did play 3.5
Precision
2 days
damage
ago,
is
so.
just added. It's like rake. It's not an
Okay.
attack.
I'm in a bit of pain here.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, the only time I play Rogue is 3.5 where it's weird.
You did some pretty crazy stuff with the Rogue in 3.5.
Mm-hmm. I have a lot of fun with my Rogue. He's a pirate. It's awesome.
A second
Consider-
arrow flies out of the dark.
Considering how brokenly low you can get your crits in 3.5, yeah.
That does hit.
Okay.
I'm not dead yet, but getting there.
Working his way down the counter line.
Don't worry, I'll help you get there.
Thanks.
Comforting.
And this one is for Aishlin.
That actually might miss her AC. Might.
No,
Her
it
token
goes over
says
by
30.
1.
Ah, pity.
Unless being a Voidborn changes something, but I don't know.
She gained natural armor plus 4, so there you go.
Check her
Oh.
sheet. She may have already had natural armor.
Yeah,
The thing you get from transformation stacks. That's actually
She's
very
got-
clear.
6 from something. Hang on a second.
Because it's
Yeah, she has 6 natural already.
yeah,
she's
that
a
6
+5.
natural is probably going to be from her base race, which I know gives 1, and the natural she has an amulet of natural armor, right?
Yes.
Okay, so when you transform, it's considered a new racial bonus, and then this took forever to fucking find, but there it was. So essentially, her +1's been placed with a +4, giving her a net worth of +3, -1 for her size, so she has a net worth of +2 to her AC right now.
I'll put her at 32, which would mean that does not hit.
Perfect.
I will update her token with that.
Yeah, go ahead and do that, yeah. Yeah, it's a confusing mess of... bleh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's really fun to do math as Bargany levels.
Alrighty. Check, check. She who stalks.
Oh, right. I need to see how this works. Hold on. Did we stab the other invisible one dead yet?
The one that is now a pile of black dust on the floor?
Yeah, that one. Are we sure he's dead?
We know he's dust. That's about it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, no, it can't be used like that. That's a shame. Well, it can't run anymore, so that's kind of useless. Yeah, it's just hard. She's got stuff she could see it, but she can't see it, so... You already put up a wall, so she doesn't need to do a wall of stone. That's a thought. Hold on.
Continuing
Lunar
to
dust.
hold.
Sorry, she has a lot of spells, and I gotta find something that does something.
Mhm.
Okay, let's go with this. So it is a 20-foot blob. There, centered there. Like just before the wall of force, you know?
She has no idea where the wall of force is.
No, well, there. She's just aiming past Aishlin at this point.
She has no idea where Aishlin is.
No, she really can't see anything? Why can't she? Oh, the web. Fucking hell.
Yeah, line of effect, buddy.
Yeah,
Okay,
you
hold
can
on.
select her token so that only what she can see will remain highlighted.
Okay, so first off, let me mark off a use of Eagle's Cry. So. Because she doesn't have freedom of movement constantly, because she can just use a spell-like ability as like a free action to just get it. So.
Mm-hmm.
There it is. Okay, so Freedom's Call on herself, freedom of movement style to move. So give me a second. Oop. Still can't see what she needs to see, so she's gonna have to move. Yeah, and enter
In order to go over that artifact,
acrobatics.
yes,
Fair enough.
it is a shoulders high cage, basically.
You do know you can just move through your friends around it, right?
No, okay, well, okay.
Well,
Our footstep, continue moving.
yeah, if he didn't have the movement range, then that would have posed a problem.
Yeah, okay, she has the movement range plenty, so I'll just put that back on the list.
Okay.
I like how a giant sleeping crocodile doesn't impede your movement in any way.
It's not a crocodile, it's a giant dire bat, so 10 felt on that one.
Either way.
You turned into a dire bat through what effect?
Wild shape? What form do you think? No, I used
Then
the
you
spell...
turned back into a lizard man when you fell unconscious.
Ah, okay. Well, giant lizard man in the way then.
He doesn't impede our movement. Just kick him in the stomach as you go by. Maybe it'll wake you
I
up.
love you guys. We're
Well,
gonna
why
wake
do
up and wonder what happened. I thought it was always a weird dream.
Great, now I'm imagining her kicking Varg in the stomach on the way by and Varg just going, woohoo!
Alright, she moves to there. Is she doing anything else?
She can't. She double moved. So
Okay.
she used her, effectively her swift doing the Freedom's Call.
Yep.
Okay.
Varg snores.
2 more rounds.
Alia.
Well, I was going to move ahead either way, so here we go.
Hey, I can see you. Pew, 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 pew.
Kill him!
And the hallway
Or
is
her.
plunged into blackness.
Stop doing that.
Not for me.
This is true. I think Aaliyah might have a way to fix the blackness, but I got no ideas.
I still have true seeing. That doesn't hurt me.
Man, it doesn't bother you, man.
I could always have Asian put down another pillar of light.
That's
Life.
probably what's going to happen.
I could
Yeah,
use the
yeah.
healing too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
have her put one down on her next turn. It's coming up.
Just right on top of you, and Lou.
That actually doesn't hurt. That won't hurt Emma either because she was going to be fighting the same blind anyway. So
Yeah,
doesn't
it'll
affect
just
me.
is plunk right on top of Corio for healing and light. Double duty. Nice.
And I'm out of arm's reach of it, so I can take my attack from here, or I can cast a spell. Let me see if I have any spells useful to cast before I make an attack.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, just have to maintain my song first because I'm keeping that up.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and Alia also visible to you now.
Another couple Vault Stalkers. Awesome. At least there's a wall of force blocking them from attacking me.
Ha 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 ha.
Unless they dispel my true seeing, and then we're all fucked.
Yep.
Do you have more of those ointments in your pocket I can steal later?
I do.
Well, that's something at least. I'll pay you back at the end of the battle.
Yeah, I still got 3 of them left.
Yeah, pooples.
Let's see
The
here.
Wall of Force stops line of effect, so I can't do anything to them anyway.
Yep.
Wall of Force, hit points 400, hardness 30.
Can't be crit because it's an object. Or snuck attack.
I'm aware.
I'm gonna sneak up on the wall.
The wall stares at you.
Damn, the walls are everywhere. He's informed him.
I'm pissed off that these artifacts are immune to... that these are artifacts and therefore immune to animate objects.
Animate the pedestals they're on. I'm dead serious. Animate the pedestals that the artifacts are on.
You could do that, but
Would the pedestals be considered wielding the artifacts?
Potentially,
Oh,
yes.
boy.
It'd be funny. Depends on the do they grow like little arms when you animate them? Because if so, yeah.
No, they just remain the way they are. They become
Okay, then they're wearing them as hats. So if they happen to be a helmet,
The artifact a short way down the hall picks up Black Axe.
it starts beating the shit out of Aaliyah for throwing him into the ocean that one time.
Black Axe should be on the elemental plane of water still, unless
Should
Yes,
be.
yes. I'm just jesting around.
Yeah, you can go ahead and animate those pedestals, but unless, like I said, they're a helmet, it won't count as being used. If they
Yeah, I
are a
could give
helmet, it
myself-
will.
I could give myself invisibility,
I-
assuming they don't have true seeing.
I'm just gonna go ahead and think they do. sounds
Considering
like the
the
sort of
casting darkness, they either have true seeing or dark vision. So yeah.
Dark Vision isn't helping anybody in this party. They have to have either True Seeing or some sort of similar ability. So there are people in here who have Dark Vision, and it's not doing anything.
Yeah, daylight doesn't work against the darkness for you. We've tried that.
Yep, daylight, no.
I could glitter dust them.
It let the rest of them see him and beat the crap out of him.
it is helpful.
Yep.
Yeah, I think I might cast glitter dust on them.
Sprinkles!
I have a wide variety of utility spells. And
You're a
nothing
bard.
else.
Bard! With some power.
Okay, so will negates blinding. Let me just check what my level 2 will save is. 19, so he'll probably be fine. So I'm just going to burn the glitter dust spell slot.
And you're glittering number 2 here?
Yeah, I don't have line of effect to the others. So.
Right. Okay. It was a will save to not be blinded?
Yeah, glitter dust is weird. You have to disbelieve in magic for it not to work.
Even though it's physical dust, yeah. I think it's just not a well-written spell myself, but whatever.
He's fine. He's not blind, but he's covered in dust. Can't avoid that.
Yeah. Well, which means if we can get light on, everyone can see him now.
Actually, he produces light. It's too low level to stop the darkness, though, but he does produce light.
Yeah, but you can't see him if the darkness isn't dispelled.
I know,
you
it's
get a
yeah.
light on.
It'll get dispelled soon enough.
Okay, I guess that's Emma's turn then.
Emma!
I can't see her. You didn't cut a hole out for her.
That's fair.
I did, in fact, get a holdout for her.
You can just delay
Got it
till
now. Okay.
Aishlin puts down a pillar.
Hey, Emma, come down here. Actually, I don't think Emma has freedom of movement.
Oh,
She
that'll
does
slow her
this
down.
turn. Freedom's
Oh,
call affects everybody.
Yes. Everyone within a radius, is it?
30 feet, she's good.
Alright.
Okay.
Is 30 more than half her movement, though?
No, no, she has 100 and she has 80 movement.
Okay, good.
I remember her speed's 80 because she gets to move at her swim
30
speed.
foot aura. Freedom! Freedom!
America.
America.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
she's
was
gonna
more
run
meaning
down
if she
and-
was
Seriously.
traveling more than half of her movement speed, she risks stumbling in the darkness.
Did you know Tagashi gave me a druid, a eagle druid, based around the domain of freedom? I linked so many pictures of flying eagles in America.
That's the assassins.
Huh.
Assassin's Creed, man. That Eagles and freedom.
Freedom! I probably shouldn't interrogate her later about the assassins, but, I'll work on it later.
Yeah, is our next... I didn't realize you had done that. Is our next fight going to be against the Templars?
I hope so.
Anyways, Amesua stumbles forward until she isn't in webs again.
Okay, so she's gonna run down there.
She's still in the dark as far as things are concerned.
Yes.
I'm just going to see if I want to use any of her Agathion abilities.
She has blind sense, so she can roll to see if you can pinpoint him. Though it shouldn't be that hard.
No, we don't need to. He's glitter dusted.
Oh,
But it's
right.
still darkness.
You know what? I'm gonna lay on hands on him.
Well, you're just a dick.
All right. So, yeah, because the glitter dust did not dispel the magical darkness, she doesn't know precisely where he is yet. So she will have to try and she should make a perception check to see if she can find him.
She has one
with-
of the senses. Just
Yes, with blind sense.
I always forget which sense she has. I don't think it's on her sheet.
A cetaceal Agathion has blind sense 60 foot.
Yeah, blind sense, so you can roll perception and try and pinpoint the location. Then try and give him a touchy touch.
The blind sense lets you pinpoint, but doesn't negate the concealment.
I know.
He's already pinpointed. I don't need the.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, no, I haven't pinpointed. I just I have to roll. Sorry. Yeah, still have the normal miss chance. I just don't need to roll perception to pinpoint him. Okay, so I'm going to, since lay on hands doesn't go off unless you actually touch something, I'm going to attempt to touch him.
Alrighty.
And then if I do, he gets a lay on hands on in his face.
Yep.
Here
So
comes my miss
50%.
chance.
Succeeds. Now the touch attack,
Just a second.
which I think she can only use her BAB and strength mod.
Yeah, she uses her base melee plus the bonuses from the song.
Yes.
So, attack bonus plus 30.
Has a chance.
Yeah, plus 30, nice. Oh, this is against his touch too, so. So 30 plus 34 altogether because of the song, because it's still an attack. So here we come. I got a 2. 36 against his touch. Does that hit him?
That does.
Okay, he's going to take 8d6 positive energy damage then. Burn
And,
the use.
Is it like the cure spells? Does he get a save to halve?
I'd have to check the paladin's lay on hands. It actually says there. Just a sec. I think he might, but I'm not sure.
But actually, if he gets a will save against touch, lay of hands thing.
Undead do not receive a saving throw against this damage.
Okay,
Nah,
yeah,
you-
good.
you
It
fry,
works
son.
exactly as for the paladin ability.
Yes.
So here comes 8d6 damage. Probably the best I could hope for from a single attack.
Hmm.
Take that. I damaged you slightly.
Ha 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 ha.
Now you are mine. She doesn't have any swifts or anything, so that's her turn.
Okay. Aishlin.
Pillar of life.
Set it on a Corio so we can eat it. Yep.
Yep.
Remember that any given creature can only benefit from the healing effect of it once.
Yes.
Mhm. Just, he needs to benefit from it now.
Yeah.
So right on top of him. Presumably that would mean I don't have to spend the standard action to touch the pillar.
Correct, you're in it.
You are the pillar.
That's 2d8 points of damage plus 1 point per caster level. Okay.
She's 20th, so there you go.
That would be
2d8
cool
plus
if he
20.
was the pillar and it moved around with him.
That would be kind of useful, yes.
I am a ley line.
Mhm.
34.
Nice.
I could still use some more, but
There's a start.
that was
And she
Asian.
can move if she wants, but wouldn't be much point in it.
Yeah, there's not really any point in moving. She's not exactly be hitting things.
I don't think she has any swifted hexes she can use either, unfortunately.
So yeah, I guess that's it.
Okay. There we go. Coriol.
Right. Now, I still have a forceful strike on my blade, because that has not been used yet.
I only have freedom of movement, so go crazy.
I am good crazy, but freedom of movement, not sure it really is needed here. I'm gonna
Yeah,
cast
I'm
Bladed
just,
Dash.
Just because of the aura, you're at 30.
Mm-hmm.
She's doing the ninja thing again.
I am.
You need to prepare more of that. It's fun to watch.
It's really good. Okay, so I get 1 attack just from that.
You can't see. Oh, he's glitter dusted.
Glitter.
Yes, you
He's
can.
glitter dusted. Ha ha
Stab time.
ha. And the great thing about Bladed Dash is I get to add 12 to my attack roll.
Yay, and
Mhm.
another flower because song.
Yes, so that's 16 total.
Yeah, you stab him and lock, please.
Hit!
52 hits.
Hooray, now I will free action activate my boost of speed. So I should have 4 attacks now. Oh, also since that hits, the forceful strike hits, so we get the damage for that.
Yep.
Okay, deal normal weapon damage with blow, but also deal an additional amount of force damage to a maximum of 10d4, so let's roll that.
Mm-hmm.
Has a fortitude save. Okay, make a combat maneuver bonus with a make a combat maneuver check with a bonus equal to your caster level to resolve a bull rush attempt. A successful fortitude save halves the force damage and negates the bull rush, so he needs a fort save.
Second, click the wrong button.
He needs
There
to
we go.
beat a 26. Okay, does not beat that. Then he still gets a bull rush. So, okay, combat maneuver check with bonus equal to caster level. I'm so unfamiliar with combat maneuvers, I'm just not doing that very often.
Mhm.
That's okay. It's, what are you trying to do?
Bull rush.
It's a bull rush.
Oh, that's easy. BAB,
Okay.
strength, and any other strength
BAB
bonuses you have for
plus strength.
size.
And
BAB
I've
plus
got
strength, D20. Done.
D20 plus combat, plus BAB plus strength, and a caster level bonus. Okay.
based on, if you're doing something weird, yeah.
Okay, here.
Lorish is one of the easier ones, honestly.
It's +7, +15.
No, it's a combat maneuver check with a bonus equal to your caster level, so
Okay,
it's
so just
just
caster level?
d20 plus 20.
All right.
Ah, okay, well, there you go then.
Not the worst roll ever.
That's the most average roll in the history of the universe. There you go.
Yes.
30 versus CMD is not a success.
Damn.
Shame.
All right. Well, still 4 attacks to go through.
Go nuts. Carve
First
my
one.
Christmas turkey.
43, yep.
Here's the haste attack. Oh, goody.
Yay. If it hits, it crits.
1 second.
I forget if I have something for my crit.
Your sword do something special on a crit?
That's what I'm checking. I think I've got a Magus Arcana.
Okay, carry on.
I do a Magus Arcana that says critical strike. Yes, when you score a critical hit, use a swift action to cast a touch attack spell. I had not used a swift action this round, so yeah, let's do that. Oh, I know exactly what I'm going to cast. I'm going to cast Vampiric Touch. Here we go. That is a... I forget what the damage is for that. I should know the damage for that. I use it all the time.
It works on undead? That's awesome.
Yeah, it's just damage. It just hurts them, and I get temporary hit points.
Yeah,
Okay,
it says
it's
nothing
1d6
about...
per 2 cast levels, so 10d6.
Oh, hold on. There is actually something it says in here.
It has spell resistance.
Target
living creature touched.
touched.
Can I take that back?
Go ahead.
All
You know
I'll-
that this
I'll
thing is undead.
Add
So.
it on back onto the spell list after I'm done here.
Yep.
Touch.
Shocking grasp.
Ooh, that's a mean thing I could do. I need to check this really quick.
Disintegrate.
I could do disintegrate just because I could turn
Hostile
it into a
health.
touch spell.
Hostile levitation. Implosion.
Don't think I have that.
Bam.
Baleful polymorph. No.
Now I'm going to go corrosive consumption.
Okay.
So there's that. What does it do in the first round? On the first round, it deals 1 point of acid damage per caster level, so he takes 15 points of acid damage.
Second, it grows
He has spell
4
resistance,
per
though.
level. Third, d6 per level. No save.
Does have spell resistance, so I should roll that, right?
Just double checking what his SR is. Oh, actually.
Hmm?
Actually, your blade shimmers with the green of acid that comes off of the blade, and as soon as it leaves the surface of the blade, it just vanishes in a poof of green sparkles.
Lovely.
Sparkles!
Alright, lost that then.
Sparkle, sparkle.
Still got 2 attacks.
Fuck yeah,
Get those out of
sparkle,
the way.
sparkle, sparkle.
Fuck yeah, sparkle, sparkle.
Fuck yeah. Nah, that went nowhere.
Alright.
They went to the same place.
Those two go swish. But
We'll just have Vampiric Touch back on them then.
you still delivered 135 less whatever his DR is.
You still kicked his head in.
Ha ha ha. But now it is someone else's turn.
Speaking of someone else. All right. The Vault Starkos on the far side of the barrier disappear in a blast of smoke that clears
Ninja
after
vanish!
several seconds.
Fucking ninjas.
Fucking ninja, yes.
Pajama guys.
And one of them reappears. Bamf.
Works for me.
Are you saying they're Nightcrawler?
Wait, what? Back up. Did they Nightcrawler us? They Nightcrawlered us.
They
Fuck.
did.
That would be if I
believe
said
it's-
oily black smoke.
I
Trying to
believe
make
it's actually
trying to
rogue.
make a comment about Nightcrawler, son? You got
No.
something to admit?
No, I'm just meaning that after smoke, after he teleports, tends to take a few seconds to fade, and it disappears in ribbons, not as a spreading poof. It looks oily. That's all there is to it.
So he's Noob Saibot?
They are noobs. So where'd the other one go, if that one's there? I'm going to assume further back.
It probably disappeared into the webs back there.
Yeah.
Although line of effect, so I don't think so. Who knows where it went? I can't see it.
Somewhere. Maybe he's in the wall and killed himself. That would be nice.
I don't think he's a kobold.
I said got in the wall and killed himself, not got in the wall and now will torture us for the rest of the session.
Well, considering what happened to Varg, even if these guys did accidentally disappear through the wall, they'd just fall somewhere random within the mansion somewhere.
And comes sprinting back. Damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it.
Well, unless he decides that where he's ended up is his vault from now on.
Well, that's just accurate for someone else.
This third floor servant's bedroom is mine.
Servant opens the door.
That's a good point.
Dead.
Let's forcibly dimension door them out of here.
Anyways, Alia, this Vault Stalker that teleported here, he looks unsteady on his feet, as if that was disorienting.
Well, I know who to beat up first.
This one over here, however, looks around at his targets. And he's going to try something distinct. He drops his bow, which becomes fully visible on the ground, and then makes a grab at Icorial.
Why is everyone just dropping weapons and touching each other? Stop that.
This is not a touch. Icorial,
That's where it
Is
grabs
that-
him, he grabs a Corio. Are we sending messages here?
Icorial, this is an attempt to steal your sword.
That's a bad idea.
That's a really bad idea.
It doesn't
That's
know
a
that.
terrible idea.
Yeah, he doesn't know that's an awful idea. This will be funny.
Yeah, let him have it. What you said it fucking explode.
If the one in front of me tries to steal my bow, he can have it.
Seriously. There you go.
Let's
Just-
see.
yeah. What's the fucking ego on your black blade? Jesus Christ.
Pretty high actually.
It should be.
So, this does not draw AOO.
The ego on the black blade is at 24 now.
Okay.
He's a lightweight.
He's only worth a few 100,000. Alright, so this is versus your CMD.
That succeeds.
Alright. Your sword is now in his hands. Are there any effects that I need to be aware of?
I'm not
Oh,
sure there
now
are
the
any
sword
direct
owns you.
effects. I don't think there's a huge. Yeah, there's no specific effect.
Mhm.
Does it you
There's
roll
a-
a will
there's a bunch
save
of-
or the sword owns you?
Yes.
There's
Good luck with that.
just by being an intelligent item, it has effects.
Mm-hmm.
Check number 1. It owns you.
And when wielded by anyone other than me, it only acts as a masterwork weapon of its type. So it's just a masterwork scimitar for him.
Let's see here. You're a blade-bound magus, right?
Yes.
All right, blade-bound, black blade. Da-da-da-da.
Yeah, but by virtue of him being an intelligent item, it has an alignment.
Its int is 19?
Yes.
Yeah, he gains a negative level for picking up the item. Unless he's the same alignment as it.
If any character whose alignment does not correspond to that of the item, I presume a black blade has the same alignment as its wielder.
Yes, so chaotic neutral.
Okay. Indeed, a lawful neutral creature is not compatible. Check. Items with ego scores 20 to 29 bestow 2 negative levels.
I should try to force the one in front of me to take mine.
Probably should.
Check.
Throwing weapons to become an even more viable strategy.
No, we were talking just the other week about how broken it would be if I could force my bow on people.
Mm-hmm.
Sappy has an ego score of 41.
Whew.
A black blade is aware of everything. It is blinded and deafened as a creature. It uses the saving throws of its magus, even if it's not currently being wielded by one. Well, by its magus, pardon me.
Mm-hmm.
And then it gains these abilities by level, which I'm basically assuming all of them. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't go past 20.
Alright, so your blade has an ego 24, and it's yes, it is still intelligent when not in your grasp.
Yes.
Okay, so does it want to try and assert its dominance over the Vault Stalker?
The answer would be yes.
Alrighty. So it's, let's see here. What's the ego save? Ego.
It's
Something you see
straight up
very
your
often.
will versus its ego.
Okay, so will versus ego.
That fails.
Yes, it does.
He's very stupid.
It has a will of its own. Should an item gain dominance, demands removal of associates or items, divesting of all
Commit
magic
seppuku.
items, obedience from the character,
Commit seppuku.
I'd rather
magic
use it
Grab
against his
me.
friends.
Grab me, insert me into your friends, then insert me into your gut until you no longer move.
let's see
Ew.
here. Strike
Actually, it's
at
probably
its-
better for it just to kill itself because you kind of want the blade to kill its friends.
Strike at its wielder or her associates would be a reasonable reaction to this event.
Mm-hmm.
Considering that Corio probably wants to do stuff besides just stand there, you might want to have it just kill the vault
Oh,
builder into two. And...
I don't have to have the sword. I mean, the sword is helpful, but I can still cast spells.
Oh, okay, never mind. I misunderstood how a magus works. Go crazy.
Yeah, I could cast spells through the sword and everything, but I can still just cast them normally.
Yeah, we have a mind slave, everyone. What are we gonna do with it?
The Vault Stalker steps around Coriel and swings its newfound sword at the other one here. So it functions as only a masterwork weapon?
Yeah, so it's not going to be the best attack roll ever, but
No,
They're
right.
already using shit weapons. We've determined the weapons they carry are a piece of shit bow and a piece of shit dagger.
true.
It's all pure skill on these guys.
And of course his swing just bounces harmlessly off of his friend's back.
Because he rolled crap.
Alright. She who stalks.
So wait, we can see this Vault Stalker?
Uh,
Number 3?
Only Alia can, actually.
Okay.
Narin Leal Valea.
Amish Rigatonian video.
No, but
I guess Skullhead is dead.
Yes, I am dead. I'm busy. I have a fuck ton of fucking spells to go through and no idea which one to use. So we get you guys mocking me behind my back again.
no, we were waiting for you to respond to me saying that it's your turn.
No, that's all.
Well,
Yeah,
we
I
heard
was taking-
nothing, so
Sorry, I was taking time to look up the spells beforehand, so I didn't have to fucking make you guys wait for an hour.
Can we mock you in front of your back?
Yes, because you're in hearing range then.
True.
Then I can kill you. No. Oh dear, yeah, it's not gonna work either. God damn it. She does actually need to find where this bastard is. This is actually a pretty effective way of finding him.
She can see the glitter dusted one over here. Oh, she's going all the way up back to the north there, is she?
She's basically making a line of fire behind Varg and just layering it till she either finds the space where he's not or finds him on fire. Because there's another one somewhere, and she's going to assume it's back there. Just fuck that general direction.
They could have been firing arrows from where they were behind the wall of force before.
The wall of beef is still there. Still going. Surprised we
Yeah.
caught up. That stuff goes fast.
Yeah, actually, this turn it was actually going to be coming back.
Oh no,
boy.
beef! Well, the problem is it hits the web, and whenever it hits something that's solid,
Yeah,
like
it's
web,
gonna
it'll
hit
just
the
turn.
wall. So
It'll just turn around again.
yes, so it's a good thing this
Bonk.
wall is here.
The beef runs into it, turns around, and keeps going.
Bonk!
Yeah. All right. So wall of fire.
Just layer it. Starting
Okay.
at the back
Sheet
of
of
Varg and keep going.
flame.
She knows where Varg is. He hasn't moved.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Oh, we're back up now.
We're almost all here.
Yep.
Oh, Skullhead's still en route.
Yes, but it's back up now. It's 3 to 6. No worry. Thank you. Have a good one.
Do we need to also have to get in the right place?
Oh, I've just been using dark magic to communicate with you guys.
I
Is it
see.
like virgin sacrifices? What?
I don't think voice chat is worth a virgin.
What is with a virgin?
Apparently, not having a volcano go up. On the other
I
hand,
just sacrifice goats,
throwing
it's fine.
them into the volcano's probably the best bet, because you know they
Thanks
don't
for
put
pointing
out.
that out. I didn't even notice it'd come back online. That
Well,
was
of
weird.
Anyways, yeah,
Well, of
my
course,
friend
it's
who
the virgins. Sorry, go ahead.
my friend who actually owns this Mumble server, yeah, he was just doing some maintenance on the Minecraft server and accidentally kind of sort of hit the reboot button. So,
Oops.
Uh-oh.
Well, of course you throw the virgins into the volcano. They won't put out.
yep. Okay,
Is that a really, really bad pun on the idea of putting out a volcano?
shush you.
I'm not saying I don't approve. It just
We can't
Bad
give away
puns
our
are my
secrets.
just put down my goddamn wall of fire.
Bad puns
Yeah,
are my
yeah.
thing. I sent somebody a Facebook sticker of bacon and eggs hanging out, and they said, I must be the egg because you're taller than me. And I said, yeah, I'm pretty porky.
Mm-hmm. All right, where do you want it? Draw me a line.
And then go upwards until there's nothing but fire.
Okay,
Just
so facing away
line.
from away.
Yeah, facing away from Varg. Because
Okay.
unless it's like next to Varg, she doesn't care. Plus, you know, web. Yeah, the web will do damage to us, but it's like 2d4. We don't care.
Alrighty, it is put down, and the web is set alight. But at the
It'll
moment,
spread.
it's yes, I know it will spread on
To
your
all the
next
corners
turn.
of the world. Sorry, no.
No.
Cover the world in flame.
The world will burn. Yeah, no, that's our turn. She's going to
Okay.
stop eagle calling, by the way, because she doesn't see the point right now.
Yep. And what is Varg's fire resistance in his current form?
None.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, he's going to take the 2d4 from the flaming webs, and so is everybody.
Varg snores.
One more
Almost
turn.
there.
Alia.
Give your bow to the other one.
It's not like he's going to take it if I offer it to him.
Yeah, he saw
There's
that
a
when his
spell
friend
for
picked up our
that,
weapons.
Yeah, a spell I didn't take specifically because I didn't want to break the game by doing that to people.
Yeah.
Also,
He's
yeah,
got
go
to
ahead
do a
and
score of 41. Yeah, that's
go ahead and figure
Sorry, go
that.
ahead,
I'm
Em.
just going to. I'm just going to calculate the damage that the trampling herd does. Stampede. They do. Aurochs. They have a slam of. D8 plus 9. I'm just going to assume from the general size of that there's probably about 6 of them.
What, the beef wall? Yeah, give or take. It doesn't really matter. It's more like a lightning bolt than it is like an actual wall of animals.
It is a herd of aurochs or similar herd animal. It's not like the illusion of aurochs.
Yeah, it just doesn't mention anything about HP or anything. I guess you just use Auroch, I suppose. I don't know.
I just need to keep track of how much damage is done to that force wall.
Oh, so. Oh, okay, I see what you mean.
They slam into it and head back the other way.
Boo.
Back and forth.
It's a swarm of minotaurs.
Yes, with flaming axes in their little flaming hands.
I have a swarm by amulet. Fuck them.
Oh, I love that swarm. I don't believe I can actually hit something with an arrow more than 5 feet away from me through a web.
Not likely, no.
So I have to. So I think I'm just going to sit here and absorb the AOO then. Hope he doesn't have combat reflexes. Let's do this. Many shot, and I forgot I have point blank shot, so I actually get an extra one to these.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so here's my first one that many shot is attached to. Off it goes.
You land. Well, your
And
arrow strikes home.
Okay.
It's all about the flavor.
Flavor.
Here comes my.
It tastes good.
I'm a flavored blaster, literally, so you know.
Here comes my many shot damage.
And as he's carrying a bow, no, he cannot AOO you at the moment.
Awesome.
Goody.
Okay.
It's a good thing he doesn't have a cestus like a smart person.
Well, he has a pair of short swords, it's just he isn't wielding them right now.
Nah, but if you wear a spiked gauntlet or a cestus, you can AOO if you have a bow. Or if you
Stop
haven't
firing
done it on
those arrows or I will beat you to death with my fists.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, here comes my my rapid shot then.
Yep.
And here come all of my iteratives.
That one buries itself soundly in the ceiling. That one disappears over his shoulder.
Aim lower.
And you don't have a third iterative, do you?
No, second iterative is my last one.
Alrighty. Total of 82, less any resistance. Anything other than maintaining your song?
I did that at the beginning of my turn. You know what? Since I just saw, I should be able to do another spellcraft on the effect doing that, since I saw the way it affected. It was affected by the Blackblade spell.
Yes, you can.
So I'm going to make a new spellcraft, and this time I'm just going to jack of all trades it. Knowledge Arcana. So my knowledge non-engineering is 22. Jack of all trades gives me an automatic 42 on it. That's my second of the day.
Okay. Yeah, you see that some spells still happen around the thing, but between the web and that acidic or corrosive, was it? Yes, corrosive consumption. Yeah, you're willing to bet that these guys have a limited anti-magic field. Maybe it only affects conjuration spells.
Ah.
Weird choice, but there it is.
I will relay this information as within 3 seconds, hilariously. You got any magic field? Only affect conjuration.
Emesua?
Let me see. I suppose I could just beat Vault Stalker 2 within an inch of his life, since I can 5-foot step and full attack him. Let's beat his face in.
Alright, let's see here. 51 lands. $41 manages to as well. 29 hasn't a hope. And 31 does not at the moment.
That makes me sad.
Anything else from Emesua?
She doesn't have any Swifts or anything, so no.
Okay. Aishlin.
Yeah, I was just double checking the hex feat that she has. It's no. Okay, yeah, with split hex, you cannot use it with a major or grand hex. Okay.
And she can't see through the web any better than anyone else, really.
Right. She needs to get in there. Okay,
More
Okay, so it's-
healing? I don't know.
yeah, it could heal people, could put a death hex on one of them.
She's got some options.
Yeah, let's go with the death hex. She's gonna move in here. Can she see if I put her there?
So she'll,
Move forward 10 feet into the web.
yeah, she can see this one.
Ah, but right, yeah.
The other one
Other
is
one's still invisible, right?
yes.
Then she's going to get
Oh, the pillar.
Oh.
She can benefit from the pillar at this point in time. If no, she is at full HP.
Yeah, she's full health. You gotta move down one bit more then, and since not really any reason to kill the shit out of Vault Stalker 2 right now. It's just heal Ikorio. She's got a cure critical wounds ready.
Okay.
Doesn't help, I'm not really entirely sure what to do with her, but and what's the healing for critical wounds? 48 plus 20. Alright. Hooray! I like being less hurt.
It's always a good thing. And it is now your turn.
Yes. Vault Stalker number 2 currently has my sword. So
Yes.
I can step into Aislin's area, right?
Yep, so long as you don't really finish your turn there.
Actually, there's no reason for me to take a 5-foot step. I should just move. Gonna do that.
And only because it is your black blade being wielded by Svalstalker 2 does he not take a parting swing at you.
Yes. And I'm gonna cast something I could cast without being able to actually see the person.
Cone of Cold.
Not sure I actually
Yeah.
have that.
I'm pretty sure more than 5 feet of web actually blocks line of effect, so.
Actually, yeah, it's a better idea for me to move forward a tiny bit more anyway. If he gets an AOO, that's bad, but he has not changed his weapon yet, so
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so if I make touch attack spells, it's just mischance, right?
Yes.
Let me just double check that this is a touch attack. No, it's not. Okay. And my gloves only allow it to make touch attacks through using it through the black blade. So that's not going to work. What can I do? Alright, let's go with an empowered shocking grasp.
That'll do.
I'll cast it since it'll be on him anyway. But mischance.
That has a chance of landing. Make your
Okay.
touch attack.
Does it have a... Never mind. Right, range is just plus 16. Oh, is the song still going?
It is. Inspire Courage, +4 to hit.
Right.
How does 33 do versus touch? That is precisely what you needed.
Hooray!
So
Now
you
it's
just
an empowered shocking
barely
grasp.
you feel like you just barely brushed someone's shoulder as you claw at the air.
Lightning don't care. Okay, all variable numeric effects of an empowered spell increase by half. So it's a maximum of 5d6, but then it would become, what, a 7d6?
It's 5d6 and then multiply that by 1.5.
Okay. Apparently, you get a +2 bonus on attack rolls if the opponent is wearing metal armor or carrying anything of metal.
Yep.
This one is not.
Okay, then 5d6. 16 times 1.5. And why is math a thing? Okay, 24. 24, does he have spell resistance?
He does not.
Then 24 damage. And that ought to be it.
Alrighty. Alt Stalkers. This one tries desperately to hurl this weapon away from him. Let's see here. I don't think... Yeah, I don't think the blade can completely can prevent him from doing this.
I don't believe so.
Will save versus ego. I wish to drop the sword. The sword probably doesn't want to be dropped just yet.
I
There you
don't think
go.
it would want the I don't think it would want the wielder to carry it on all occasions. Or well, hold on. The character relinquished the item to a more suitable possessor, so if the will save passes, he will try to return the item. If it fails, he will simply drop it here. Or other way around, maybe. One of those. 25. The stalker resists the temptation to go and return the sword to its owner and simply throws it into a corner over here.
Only one away. Oh well.
Let's see here.
So it spontaneously grows a sheath.
It was the only black sword that I've got in the token collection.
I'm teasing.
It spontaneously grows a sheath, nevertheless, because it's magic.
Everything is magic.
Seriously,
It's
we're
magic.
surrounded
You
by
don't have to explain it.
explanations for losers who don't know magic.
And then this one. It can drop that as a. It can drop it in its own space as a free. So what it's going to do now is it is going to faint at Amesua. And I do not mean fall over on a couch.
He means a really annoying thing we have to roll against his bluff.
Damn rogues.
I'd use the hell out of it when I play a rogue, so can't blame him.
Now I really want to play a rogue, though.
It's surprisingly fun to play a rogue. I mean, yeah, there's some complexities to it, but that's what makes it fun.
I think every
let's
game I
see
played a
here.
rogue in, the game always tanked after not long of playing it.
DC is 10 plus BAB plus Wizmod. What is that for Amesua?
Sorry, BAB plus Wizmod.
Yep.
Her Wizmod is +4. And her BAB is 19.
DC 33.
20.
Not sure what you rolled there, but potato.
Potato.
That's bluff versus 33. 52
okay, there it is.
versus 33.
Yeah, he bluffed her. Look over there!
Draws his short sword and attempts to cut her bad with it. So this is versus her flat-footed.
Her flat-footed is just a second.
42.
Nah, it's actually.
I gotta
44
speak
'cause she has
up.
a sun shield.
Short sword. 19 to 20
Either
crit
way,
range.
Well,
Roll to
yes,
confirm.
but it still needs to hit.
Well,
Either way, it hits me. But yeah.
Okay.
Her AC is
Confirming.
44 right now because of the shield of the sun.
Yeah, that it
No.
did not confirm. Okay, so this will deal.
Oh, I didn't heal her last turn either. I always forget about her regen.
it's been like 3 turns for Varg, so I'll just heal for 3. He also has regen, but it's regen 1, so it's not quite as important in combat.
No, I did not. Sorry. The sneak attack showed up, but that's because I clicked in the wrong. I clicked the OK button instead of the option in the drop down box I wanted to click. He was not attempting to deal actual sneak damage, he was attempting to use knockout blow.
Okay, roll again your fort save then.
Just a second.
I think it's a set amount though, so.
Okay, fort save, DC 27. I will be back in a moment.
Don't fail.
Please don't fail.
Should maybe negating sneak attacks to do it, but otherwise.
Have I told you guys how Messi was completely immortal as long as her regen doesn't get disrupted?
Oh boy.
I'm back.
Roll the fort save.
She has die hard and endurance. And
Doesn't help you against
5.
unconsciousness. She is effectively immortal, but just, unconsciousness kicks everyone's ass. Roll. Yeah, Wombat?
Yeah, I just saw the knockout blow thing. I don't know what he's trying to do.
Oh, yeah. I misclicked when sneak attack came up. What he's actually trying to do is deal a knockout blow. Roll a fort save versus being knocked unconscious. You passed by 2.
Hooray! We don't want to deal with that anymore.
Perfectly reasonable. Okay, the other Vault Stalkers. This one here is...
I'm hoping he starts shooting at me thinking I don't get AOs, because that'd be funny.
Yay, you're not KO'd.
I think you're on a bit of lag there, Chris.
What?
He is going to fire. He's going to fire one arrow at you, Alia.
No.
Snapshot.
Okay. So,
Yep.
Ikoria, do you have armored fists?
Yes. I
Okay,
don't
punch
think
him
they're
in. Punch him.
I
Even
get
if he's-
12 AOs in a round.
You have an AOL, Ikoria. Punch him in the face.
Okie dokie. I'm not sure what the roll is, but
BAB plus strength, unless you enchanted your gauntlets that come with your armor. Then
are not.
they're just gauntlets. Make your attack at BAB plus strength. It's something. Don't know yet.
34 just swishes through the air, and I don't think a Coriel could have anyways because this guy's still invisible.
Uh-huh.
Jeff, hey, try harder.
Your arrow, Alia, does land home for...
Yeah, I get 11 AOs. Have fun, Vault Stalker.
Oh, he knows what he's doing.
We'll exchange arrows to one of us falls over.
Let's see here, that's 70, 80. Alright, and his arrow at you. Burning his one of these. Burning his one of these is not using that. And he too is at point blank range.
$75 misses.
Yeah, he has a limited supply of True Strike. Okay, I presume 75 hits.
Yes.
Okay.
Bastard.
Which comes in for... I have no idea why that's showing, why this guy's... oh well. If you have any SR, there's the check.
I do not have SR. Actually,
Okay.
I don't think so. Let me double check all my stuff. Because I didn't think I had a way to negate critical hits last time I got one. Yeah, I don't think I do unless we have some ability that's giving it to us, so no.
Alright, then add another 65 damage.
And
And then he takes a step back through the webs. And fires his next arrow over at Amesua.
does he have freedom of movement?
He has...
The web's difficult terrain.
The web is difficult. 1 second.
Either way, I'd still be able to take it because he's making a shot within my threatened range, but still.
Yeah. Since he can't move... Alright, he's taking another shot. This one at... This one at Aishlin. Take your AOO.
So Aelia can take one. I don't know if Ikorio can, and Aisha can make an AOO if she wants.
No, she can't. She can't see this Vault Stalker.
Damn it.
So Alia gets one.
39 goes over his shoulder again. Gotta be careful with the pull on those things.
Okay, I don't know what you're trying to hit, but aim lower.
Just aim for the center of mass.
Stop trying to hit his head. I know headshots do more damage, but come on.
That would have hit if I hadn't rapid shotted last turn, but whatever.
It's spoiling your accuracy. 58 lands. This one is a sneak attack. For 56 total on Aishlin.
Okie dokie. Does she have any DR? Doesn't look like it.
And emboldened by Alia's miss, he's going to take his next one, and this will be at Ikorio.
Yay.
Hey. That one did it.
Yeah, that one hits.
This has to look so silly in reality. Two archers standing next to each other, just shooting people like at point-blank range. And Lee is basically just putting arrows in him. Picks up an arrow and stabs him with it.
Okay,
sure
48.
Completely badass.
That does hit.
All right.
I figure it looks something like the fights on the show Arrow.
A little bit.
Ikorio, please make me a fort save.
That's right.
You have a high for it, don't you?
Yes.
Good.
You're fine.
Hooray.
I only feel like I rolled a 1. So
That hasn't been working out well for them.
Well, it worked out fine on me. It's just I rolled a 1.
Yes. And last of all, back here in the now burning webs, which are burning away steadily and will be revealed on the very next person's turn, this guy, who bounced back here and saw some delicious-looking prey at his feet, whom everyone ran away and stopped protecting.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Oh well.
Hey, Odysseus, you owe me one.
He owes you nothing.
He owes me one. I never called in the favor he owed me. I'm calling it in now.
Which favor is that?
The one I got for free in a shard, I was originally going to use it on big old fathead Jubilex, and never came up. I've been sitting on that favor since I got it, and I'm calling in now. Take this guy and shove him in the void. Forever.
Let's see here. Technically, can you pray while you're unconscious?
No, but he knows I'm in trouble, and he knows he owes me a favor. You want me dead again, or do you want this thing gone?
Well, a dream is a wish your heart makes.
There you go. I've been sitting on it quietly, waiting for the time that I eventually need it. I need it now.
Yeah, the thing is, Odysseus has been sitting on it quietly too.
He owes me, and he knows he owes me. He knows that his one mortal champion is about to get stabbed by some fucking rogue because he happened to roll a 1 on a save.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like him to not have that happen to me, because it's really goddamn annoying. Especially since I'm 1 round away from getting up and starting his foot up his own ass.
Let's see here.
Now, if Odysseus really doesn't want to do it now, for whatever cosmic reason, I'll spend my hero points. Which I've also been sitting on and doing nothing with.
Well, instead of trusting in your faith on Odysseus, you can try relying on the other god in this campaign.
But you? Rules? Jubilex?
Hlosterin, the god whose portfolio I want to take.
Yeah, that's like, yeah, she totally doesn't know you want to do that. If Hlosterin wants to save me, that's her business. I have hero points. I'm willing to spend them if neither god wants to answer me right now.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Shellen will. She's all about saving you.
What about that one? Wait, no, the Rainbow God fucking hates me because I worship the very thing she like killed her original or something. What was it? The God of Artistry and Love or something. One Nimithra used to worship. She fucking hates me, I think.
Yeah, that was Shellen. Remember we went to see her one time?
Yeah, she hates me. She even gave me a worthless mithril shirt, bitch.
Here, have something you can't wear. I'm sure it will protect you from acid.
Yeah, that's a deliberate fuck you to the druid.
It was not a deliberate fuck you to the druid. It was
I know, it
a
was just
deliberate, oh damn, I forgot how druids work.
That was an oversight on your part, but in the context
In
of this
universe.
game, it's a deliberate fuck you from the goddess.
Well, maybe that mithril shirt wouldn't have screwed you over because it was given to you by a god.
No, druids are very strict on this. Any metal. Doesn't matter from where. Metal. Anyway, I'll just spend my 2 hero points to avoid death. How's that sound?
Well, a god of nature, you know, the people who give you your spells said you could wear it, so I'm sure you would have been fine.
It's not so much the gods of nature that give me them, so much as nature as a whole. But yeah, I'm not going to get into it. Anyway, as the gods are quiet right now, I'm just going to spend my 2 hero points because I don't want to die.
Well, wait
Alrighty.
until you actually die to spend them.
Oh,
Because you
yeah,
might
that's
actually
the,
survive this.
well, that's the concept here. So go ahead and do your coup de grace attempt.
Varg, you were laying on the ground unconscious, and your eyes open up just in time to hear a soft twang above you.
I punched the twang.
As far as everyone else sees,
Okay, just 70?
I would like you to roll that DC 80 fort save.
I can roll that 20, screw you.
Because that's how this works.
No. I didn't roll that 20.
You could have survived it.
Actually, you said that's an auto crit, right?
Coup de grace. You use a weapon
It's an
to...
auto-
Pardon?
I was just gonna explain coup de grace to him, but go ahead.
Yep. You automatically hit and score a crit. A rogue also gets her sneak attack damage against a helpless opponent when delivering a coup de grace. If the defender survives the damage, he must make a fort save, DC 10 plus damage dealt, or die.
I'm unconscious. I can't probably use this. You tell me, though.
Berg, you open your eyes just in time to hear a soft twang and see an arrow appear out of the air just above your head, and then it slows down. In fact, everything slows down, even the raging flames that are all around you for some reason. You're probably going to have to inflict vengeance on someone for that, too.
Yeah, I'm going to have one hell of a day.
But everything grinds to a quiet halt.
It's one of those moments where I watch my death happen in slow motion. It's what's probably running through Varg's brain.
No, you have to be able to take action to do that.
What to think?
It's an immediate action.
For Varg, that's a fall round.
It is.
And after a moment, you hear a soft, dark whisper full of the sibilant S's that come with a forked tongue, talking to you out of the darkness.
What's it say?
Sorry, my notes file took a moment to open up. You recognize the voice of Eudercius, whom you have talked directly to on at least 2 occasions.
Yep.
And you hear him whispering, "You can't die yet. I still have things I need from you."
I'm all aboard on that boat. Toot toot.
You have survived thanks to my aid so far. And I need you to survive again, but this time I want sacrifice.
Varg goes a bit cross-eyed and goes, "What? Like, what kind?"
You will become my avatar on this world, the channel of my very power. Or I shall simply strip your soul from your body now.
Well, you didn't give me what you went out here. What I expect, evil god. Well, as long as I retain some say in the matter. I've only survived this long because A, my comrades, and you have to be aware of that on some level. B, I've actually at least shown some level of dark cunning with the whole turn to a small snake and sneak into places, as I'm sure you're very, very aware.
What are these miserable mortals compared to your god?
Well, shall I list the times they have saved me and you weren't able to? Because of, you're not being whole and so on. You are all powerful when you are whole. You are not whole.
And
I am working on that.
You don't think that you could slay a god with your mere claws? You came to me and asked for my boon. I gave you the teeth that would be necessary to slay that miserable slimy worm.
And in exchange, I freed another portion of your essence, my lord, and I gave you my sacrifice of my tribe worships thee. I sacrifice a teeth of blood at every new moon as thy requests.
And now if you want to live again, you are going to find another shard. I have discovered one of my 100 prisons, and it contains more than a mere sliver of my body. It contains my very manifestation in Galarian.
Wow.
Destroy the bonds that restrain it, and I will consider your debt fulfilled.
Have you any further information about the where and the hows? Varg admits to, because if you can't admit to your god, you can't admit it to anybody. he is kind of stupid. And, well, he wouldn't be able to figure it out if you wrote it out in like a fucking napkin, so... It's kind of asking, like, how do I break the bond? You just want me to smash them repeatedly? If not, I need instructions.
I will tell you in good time. Do you accept my terms?
In exchange for my life, I will free this excessive shard from its confinement.
Unless you think you can save yourself.
No, I'm good with it. I was gonna get around to doing that anyway, regardless of whether or not you needed something for it. I'm cool. Glad to be helping. Happy to serve. Please do not take my soul. I need that.
And with that, suddenly everything springs into motion all around you, and that arrow that was just fired at you simply drops out of the air as a dead snake that now lays on your neck. You are conscious, and yeah, if these Vault Stalkers were prone to speak, this one would probably be quite surprised.
Can I see where he is? Because there's fire everywhere, and there might be like an outline of fire. Or a space where the fire is not.
These roiling flames created by magic, no, they are not behaving well enough for you to pick out any particular holes in them.
Fuck it, I'm just gonna not give you any space to do anything about that. Quick action. It's not my turn, right? Never mind.
She who stalks.
Surprised to see Varg up. He's
not up yet. He's just conscious.
No, she knows he's conscious.
With a dead snake on his chest.
Well, I don't know if she noticed that, but yeah, she probably did, so.
She might be busy in the other direction.
Doesn't have a whole lot left to do.
Oh, and Varg, you do still, you're still prone and all that, even though the...
No.
There we go. Okay, carrying on.
Never spells are really going to be all that helpful right now, so I guess she's going to find to take some pot shots at somebody.
Mm-hmm.
She can only see Hole Sucker number 2, so pot shots at him.
Go for it.
Let's see. Yeah, is this including everything? Yes, it is. So here comes Many Shot, I believe. Yes, Many Shot. 27 hit, ignoring any AC you have from armor.
Right. 27 does not.
Okay. Rapid. It's 29, still ignoring armor.
No, not quite.
Yeah, I didn't think so. I'm going through it.
Yep.
This would be...
First it.
Yeah, forced iterative.
Nope.
Last one.
She fills that wall of force with arrows.
A for her. She's done.
Varg.
That happened.
Your head is in a large swath of flames.
That's usually bad. That's in the range of bad. Well, just fuck it. I don't know where that arrow came from, but it was near me, so fuck everything near me in general. So I'm just going to turn to the biggest thing I can and squash him. Big form. Argesian Rex is a go. Quick action. Boom.
What happens to those artifacts you're right next to?
I squished them too. I don't care anymore. Just kill everything. Yeah. You do know I can go to full gargantuan, in this confines. I'd fit because I can compress. It's not like it when I'm in one form or another. I can always do that.
Would be plugged with Varg.
Yes, it is now plugged with Varg, and if he's next to me, I know where he is because I can feel him.
It's a Varg cork.
Yeah, you can feel him over here.
I roll in that general direction and kill it. By that I mean make a full attack while prone, which I take a penalty on, but I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
So, actually, first things first, let's rage ourselves. So now I'm a angry Varg. So that is...
Of course. What other kind is there?
So that's just from the rage. Yeah, it's just from the rage alone. Yeah, Shaper for Crocodile. Okay, so I don't know exactly where he is, so I'm going to use a free perception check to try and pinpoint him, because I can do that.
Pinpointing only gives you the square. You've already got that by physical contact.
Oh, I do? Okay, never mind. Yeah, never mind, I just need to check. So, if I have physical contact, I'm just going to start stomping on that direction. Die,
Yep.
you asshole.
50-50 mischance each one. Do the mischances first.
Okie dokie. So, 1d. Attacks is this 1, 2, 3, the usual for them.
2 swish, 2 hit. So that's 1 claw and a tail.
Yeah, okay, so it's the bottom 2 then. Alright, okay.
Yep.
Okay, so 1 claw and a tail. So here comes the claw. Yeah, wow, okay. Fuck you in your general direction.
Even less your penalty, that's a hit.
No, that's...
And that does hit.
Oh, are we back?
Yes, we are.
Yar.
Alright.
So, Chris, I believe you were saying something about attacks. Those 2 hit.
Yeah, I know, I'm calculating out the damage.
Yep.
So, 58 plus 35.
Okay. And that's
93 on the first strike from my claw. So, like, 1 claw reaches out and gives him something to think about, and now the tail. It's a little bit more complex math, but shouldn't be that bad.
Did you remember
Song, new strength bonus from Rage. Furious increases that. Assault's
and
going on.
Discordant?
Yeah, that's in there. Oh no, it isn't. Oh, weird. Now it is. There's another 4 damage for you.
Yeah, sorry guys, I haven't gotten much sleep lately and I'm super tired. I really need to go take a nap. I got work soon.
Oh,
It's okay, man. Go on,
Alright.
take it out.
Yeah, feel free to finish killing these guys for me. I think you know what I'm doing by now.
Shoot them in the face.
Shooting for everyone.
Okay, thank you. Have a
Good night, see you,
guys.
man.
Go
Good night.
take your sleep.
Wow, really? That's how much damage I do with my tail now? Jesus Christ. Okay.
Vark hits like a truck.
Yes.
Made of angry. Hold on.
A glass truck.
No, I'm decently tough. I'm just not like a full-on tank. I'm tougher than like a rogue would be. Having taken experience on that. Let's see. So. Jesus. So vicious, yada yada. 81 on the tail slap. That's including
Alrighty.
everything. I would normally now take a d6 per hit of damage, but my resistance tells that to go die in a fire, so I take nothing. Which is why I took vicious in the first place, because I can't hurt myself with it. Yay.
Why don't you take damage for it?
Because it's just a d6 of basically physical damage, and I have a DR of 10, so...
Yeah, it ignores DR. Just
Really?
like, yes. Otherwise,
is
what would be the
weird.
point of
Well,
the
the
penalty?
reason I took it is so I could just not take the d6 every time, but it's still worth it to have it, so...
It's damage you deal to yourself, right? Link
yeah,
me
whenever
link me
you
to
take it. Oh, sure.
Link me to it?
Would have an impact otherwise. Impact has the same general value as this. Disruptive energy. Energy deals an extra 2d6 to opponent, 1d6 to self.
Yeah, this is a flash of disruptive energy. It's not a typed damage, so you've got no resistance against it whatsoever.
Alright then. I take 7 points of damage.
Okay.
I couldn't have taken impact anyway because it's a +2 bonus for some reason now.
Mm-hmm.
And vicious is +1. Oh well. I really don't care about that kind of deadly damage. Considering I'm stomping all over this thing.
Alrighty. Do you have a swift action for us?
I use it to transform.
Right.
I'll stand up, but I can't because it's a move and I can't stand up right now, so I'm just going to lay here. Looking pissed off.
Flop, 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 bite, claw, tail.
Croco
Honestly,
fish.
I theme it when Varg is in this kind of close confines. He's literally just stepping on people, like he just thuds into them.
Yeah, you're a crocodile. You're death rolling.
Whee!
Bash against the wall.
Spinny baby, right round, baby.
Oh,
we know what she's doing. She's shooting people, so keep shooting people.
yes, Alia has nothing to fear from the Vault Stalker retaliating at her at the moment, and she cannot possibly shoot past the croco plug in the hallway. Hold on, that actually blocked Varg's vision as well. There we go. Okay, so she's going to take her full attack with Illustrious Light at Vault Stalker number 3, because that's the one only she can see. Alright, she does not have her... so the +4 goes in there, and she will rapid shot like she usually does, so that's a -2 on 2 hit. So, kablam! And that one buries itself soundly in the floor. She's taking the advice too strongly.
Okay, for God's sake. Aim! Aim!
You could see him.
Here's
see
the
him right in
rapid
front of
shot.
you.
That has a little more luck.
Oh yeah, I'm supposed to aim at the center of mass at the guy 5 feet away.
So this arrow goes straight into his left foot.
You know, it's probably way cooler to theme it as not her missing, but him dodging. Because technically speaking, this guy's only not being hit because of his retarded high AC of dodginess, so he's probably literally dodging bullets, Matrix style.
Here's the first iterative.
The players look much less derpy when you consider it's the enemy dodging, not the us just dirt.
And here's the last iterative. Neither of which manages to find a home.
They do, in the wall.
They don't manage to find a warm home. Actually, this guy's undead. They're not finding one there either.
Yeah, they're not getting a warm home, period.
Emma!
Stab repeatedly, Volt Sucker 2 seem to be the thing.
Yeah,
Unless she wants to...
if we can get that guy dealt with, then we don't have to worry about anything ever again. Well, that's the theory. We'd have one fewer thing to worry about ever again. None of this works. It's all disheartening. And 4/4 for the song. And she crits.
Hurrah!
She completely crits.
Stab.
Skoking
There's
Burst
yeah.
does some extra misspelt lightning damage.
It's a
Let's see.
lilting.
Alright, let's see here. That is 68, 78, 79, 85 before resistance. Yeah, even after resistance, that's more than enough. She cleaves through him, and the glitter dust dissipates as a pile of black ash appears on the floor.
I vote we loot that.
She
put the ash in a
5-foot
pouch.
steps and continues her attack, this time swiping at where she's seeing Alia firing at. Swish and pass. She does get that one in.
Oh right, there are macros for that.
Yep, on the campaign tab.
I should probably start using those.
39 does manage to land. And, oh, she actually has one more iterative. Which does not manage to find home. Alright, so that's another 29. 41 less resistance. Aislinn.
Yes, just trying to see what she can do here against the invisible enemy.
By the way, the webs to the north have completely burned away.
There's a Vard cork in there now.
Yes.
I hope none of the servants decide to open the door and look down here at any point.
Oh, there's a spinning crocodile making wee sounds, so I'm just going to close the
Also,
door.
probably
There's a
something
spinning
left on fire.
rectangular reptile spinning around in the hall going wee. Assuming
There
it's
you
not
go,
going
that
nom 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 nom.
Well, he can't get his mouth over where he thinks it is, so he's just going, ah.
Yeah, and this is not a particularly great sight from the point of view of any of the people in the hall to the south, because well, all they see is Varg's hind legs, tail.
And it's upside down.
Yeah.
I'm a reptile. There's nothing interesting to see at all.
Trying to figure out what Aislinn's just normal attacks would be here, since I don't think she has any touch range spells.
Aislinn has she does have a luck blade for a 2-hit of 12 and a d6 of damage.
But what does that do when she's void worm form?
Right now
It's
she doesn't
nothing.
have
She has a natural
right.
attack.
She is a full void worm, which
Oh, she still
means
gets the benefits of its like passive stuff, but she's still technically wielding it. It's just, part of her mouth now.
She gets the +1. However, as a void worm, here is her attacks, which are a bite and a tail slap.
Right.
The bite deals. Oh, hold on. That's a tiny void worm.
That's a tiny void worm, yeah.
She is currently a large void worm, which is, let's see here, tiny, small, medium, large. That's 3 steps up. So that bite will deal D8, and that tail slap will also deal D8 plus strength mod, which
But the attack roll is still the same.
the attack roll. Let's see here. Her BAB is still 10, and her strength
okay.
is her strength
0.
mod is now plus 2. Yeah, 2 plus 2 thanks
Plus
to the.
2. Right. Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, it's actually still a 13 to hit with her bite, and
All right. Well, that's the only kind of attacks you can do against an invisible enemy like this. So let's roll some miss chances.
well, what useful spells does she maybe still have?
I think the problem is that
Sorry, I was AFK a second. What's the issue?
I
we're
was
just
just
trying to
going
figure out what
over-
she can do. Like, she can attack and go for a mischance, but I don't think she has any spells that are a touch attack. They all have to, get to be able to see the target.
Yeah, that's one of her problems, yes.
check. Well, other than using Cure Critical as a touch attack,
Yeah. But I mean,
Ice Storm is not particularly potent.
then also, I don't know. I'm just going to attack the thing. It's probably going to die this
You
turn
could always
anyway.
just heal somebody. She does have some healing, so she could just pick somebody. She's a
Yeah, she
healing
has her-
Texas.
True. Who needs healing the most?
You.
Yes. I forget if I got healing hexed already or not.
No.
Not today. You haven't.
Not today.
You do
Yeah,
quite frequently
alright.
get healing hexed, but not today.
Yeah, let's go for healing hex. Why not?
3d8 plus 15. But
And is that healing or major healing? So we know
It's
which one
major
is still
healing.
usable.
Major.
Okay.
minor is the 1d8 or something.
Right.
Of course, she still does not have any swift actions, and there's no point in moving.
Yep.
Okay. Coriel.
Now I have to try and kill this thing.
Speaking of which,
Sword
this
is
beef should
over.
be running away.
Yes, it. See, the thing is, it doesn't even matter where the sword is, since I can teleport it to me whenever I want. It's just.
And now it's in your hand.
Yeah, it's a standard action, so I'm not doing it just yet.
Right.
Oh, start punching.
I have spells.
So
No, I'm still getting through.
Oh, hello. Hello?
Welcome back.
Right. I cannot battering blast an invisible target, can I?
Excellent question. Let me take a look at
Because
battering
it says
blast.
unattended object as well, but I don't. Probably not. It says ranged touch attack, actually.
Let's see here. Battering blast. One creature or unattended object. Hurl a fist-sized ball of force like a spear of spikes. You gain a second ball of force for every 5 beyond 5th. So I think that would be 3 total for you.
Yeah.
Creature subject is to Ball Rush. Force is strength mod equal to your. Okay, so this is a little better than that other one.
Yes.
So instead of a fall bonus equal to your caster level, this is caster level instead of BAB, and strength mod. Use your caster mod as your bonus there. And a plus 10 for each additional blast directed at the same target.
It's really good if I can hit him with it.
I might want to
Yes.
look into
Yeah,
replacing
it's-
this Vicious with Keen, because Vicious
Yep.
is kind of bugging me.
The-
Anyway, go on, sorry.
The problem is that the target is one creature.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's a ranged touch attack. It's not like you can target him, but there's going to be a mischance on each of your 3 balls of force.
Is it 3 or is it 4?
5 for every 5 beyond 5th. So 10th, 15th, 20th. Yes, it's 4 total.
Okay, so roll 4 mischances. One hits.
Yeah. A creature struck by any of these is subject to a ball rush. For each additional
Cast a
blast
spell.
directed against the same target,
It doesn't specify if they hit or not. Does it?
each. Well, it only says a +10 bonus for at blasts directed at the same target, and then it mentions that each one gets its own separate ball rush.
Kind of
So-
an odd spell.
Yeah, I mean, as written, you're going to get a +30 for a +30 to it, but
I'm okay with this. I'm just going to default to your wisdom, though.
yeah, I'd say you're throwing a bunch of force balls at it and trying to knock it over. I'd say only the ones that hit count.
That's fine, really. So, okay, it strength modifier equal to intelligence, so that's +12. Then plus caster level. Okay, so +32.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. It has a reflex partial. Let's see, what is it? Okay, it's make a reflex save or it falls prone.
Yes, so it will be pushed if you succeed, and it makes reflex against falling prone.
And I need to roll damage.
Yep, 5d6, unless you're doing maximized or something.
No. That's actually average, isn't it?
Oh, hold on, 47 does not succeed.
Oh.
I rounded it the wrong direction. And if it succeeds, it needs to make the save, and this guy is not likely to be knocked over by it anyways, but he does take the 15 damage.
Wish it was a bit more, but
It's progress.
You sprayed the hallway with little invisible spiked balls, and unfortunately only one landed.
nothing else about this? Okay. Then is there anything else I need to do? I have a quick action. I'm checking my cheat sheet.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I can actually use any of the black plate stuff unless I'm holding it.
That's the theory. I can't shoot a gun unless I'm holding it, so, you know.
Yep.
You're just not trying hard enough.
Okay,
Or
I'm
you're
gonna
not
get
a
a
wizard.
gun, and I'm gonna put it in front of you.
No, I don't have anything unless I want to try and cast a quick and disintegrate at it.
Well, if you miss him, you're hitting your wall of force.
Yes, that's the
Or
problem.
a
I'm not
Mesua.
doing that. So that was a standard. I'm gonna move back into Varg a tiny bit, which is actually just a
Alrighty.
5-foot step. So there you go.
And you're freedomed, so you can 5-foot step in the webs. Alrighty. Vault Stalkers. Varg, there is suddenly a series of piercing pains from somewhere against your side.
Okie dokie. Well, yeah, you're good.
And how is this versus your SR?
You failed by one, son.
That happens.
You did roll a 5. Okay, hold on. So let's take the DR from your base attack, obviously. So it's minus 10, so that's... And then 47. Righto. Oh, that misses.
Yep. Don't know how. He's basically pressing the bow right up against your side and firing.
The tip broke. I don't know. I don't have any dodge. It's just clinging off.
I don't think 30 does anything.
Bounces off thick hide. Now, he's shooting me at point blank, but he's just bouncing off at that point. You can't get the muscle behind it.
He's just kicking at your skills.
Yep. Cling.
Alrighty.
So he's doing like a ranged attack right on me. Can I pinpoint that and snap his face off yet?
No. He's invisible.
How do you? I'm sure he's very invisible, but if I was to lean against a wall and there's an invisible like rat there, I think I could feel the rat and pinpoint enough to stomp on it. But whatever.
Yes, you can feel it well enough to stomp on it, but you're not going to be able to smack it each time it tries to bite you.
Alright, get on with it. You done?
With that one.
Okay.
Actually, this one has a better idea. He's still got this available. So he's going to be a wee bit of a bastard. Alright. A Corial.
Oh no. That is a hit.
Yeah. Now, Alia is going to try and take her AOO at him for it. Because I don't see any reason why she wouldn't.
She would.
46.
Hits up, so.
Yes. And he's now at low enough HP. So he snatches the arrow.
Give me that.
And
Lovely.
is going to use it in his next attack on a Corial.
That makes a difference. They're both just using plain, unadorned arrows for some reason.
So, take your
Right, yeah.
30 plus 39.
Okay, 69. I'll go down to 66. Huh. That was half the current health I had.
Hmm. And here is the follow-up. Of
Okie
course it
dokie.
does. So yeah, he put his named bullet on this arrow because he wanted the he wanted the shock bonus that comes on those arrows.
And he forgets that, her arrows are longer or something and just puts it in backwards, and there he goes.
Yeah. Snatch arrows is a ridiculous power. By the way.
Yes,
He
it is.
becomes fascinated by the arrow and just spends a turn looking at it.
Well,
These aren't made of crap.
he spends a firing round staring at it
Yes.
anyways. How does 27 do against you?
Fail.
Ping.
And how does 37 fare against you?
That beats it by 1.
Wow, your AC is lower than Varg. That never happens.
And Alia has no reason not to take her AOOs for those last couple.
That's 29 plus 38.
Well, 40 hits.
Yeah. And 54 hits.
Man. At this point, he might be dead.
I nearly am.
Oh, I know that, but...
I'm at 2 health.
Hey, you ain't dead.
Yeah.
I was almost dead. There you go.
And this Volstalker bursts into a pile of black dust. She who stalks.
Well, that seems handled, sort of.
Now, everyone south of Varg's Tail knows that there's still one Volstalker unaccounted for, so it would be reasonable to assume it either fled for the hills or is on the other side of the thrashing crocodile.
Varg doesn't thrash for no reason. He does usually have a reason to do that.
Well, he could be happy.
Yeah, maybe.
or eating,
Okay, what would he be eating?
or breathing,
Okay, no.
or sleeping.
Okay, double no. He was sleeping a second ago. I wasn't flailing around. Otherwise, I'd make you friggin'.
No, he was.
What if you had a nightmare?
He was in a D5 round coma last turn.
Yeah,
Bard's
she
having night
can't
terrors.
do anything. She's just gonna get this between her and the crazy croc.
Sure. Speaking of Crazy Croc,
300. Looks like a claw on the tail again.
Swish hit.
Yep, claw on the tail. And tail. Oh, well, those both hit if it hits the last one.
Yes, they do.
Right. Doing claw first. $99 total.
Mm-hmm. Keep it coming.
Okay. Hmm. And another 87.
The 99 was enough to reduce him to 1 hit point. He bursts
Stop.
into black dust.
Oh, Varg's aggression is slightly satisfied for the day. Slightly.
Your fire resist in this form is what?
15.
Let's
You
see.
could theoretically
You
roll
have
high enough,
1,
but you have to
2,
roll
3,
really high.
4, 5, 6, 7. You have 8 hexas in the fire.
Hey, she stocks, roll spell resist against Varg.
She's
That's-
level 15.
Uh-huh. Should have done this earlier, but it didn't come up, so.
Hmm.
You beat it, so I'll take damage. 38. Yeah, I'm gonna get out of the fire now. Well, I can't. I can. Can you? 5-foot step is can as part of a full action, so a 5-foot step down one to the south, I guess, and get that pillar of life on me. How much does that pillar of life heal for?
Pillar of Life heals for 2d8 plus caster level.
Okay, go ahead and roll. Oh, so I can't see Varg, the actual Varg. 'cause-
Yeah, I know. I'm working on it. You asked me a question mid-erase.
Yeah, so 2d8 plus 20. So you can roll that, Coriel. It's technically your control.
Doki. Average rolls.
It's fine. I would regenerate, but I took fire damage, so I can't. So, because I'm assuming that's how that works.
Yes. If it's what defeats your regeneration, it stops your regeneration.
Doesn't say it's regen 1 from the ring of regeneration.
Okay, so I'm just gonna mention this now. Don't walk past any more pillars.
So you spotted the pattern.
I knew it since the beginning of this point, but it never really came up. So
Guardrails.
Yeah, there's nothing currently attacking you guys, and you're screaming at everyone not to walk past any more pillars.
Varg
I'm a
keeps
little
backing up to get out of the fire. Whether or not you get in the way is not a concern of his.
Yeah, she who stalks is going to dismiss that flame for you.
Okay, that'll work. He'll stop
I'll
backing
just-
up then.
I'm just gonna hover here and bleed.
Will somehow, with don't question it, turn around. Just don't question it. Stop questioning it. I know you're questioning it. Stop that.
Now place your bleeding arm in my mouth.
Oh boy.
How about we save that kind of wrap up for next session when we've got
Right,
everyone
yeah.
here? Okay.
Good.
However, I am going to let you guys know what you have fought so hard for thus far.
Hurrah!
Hurrah. Wonder how big Deepest
Unfortunately,
Quiz
I
goes.
don't have the list typed up, so I will include it in the session summary post and let you guys hash it out over the week.
That's
Okey-dokey.
fine. Because I do need to know whether or not in Varg's big form or not. Do you want me to just make a note, or would you rather just leave the token next to Varg? Largus and Rex, because I'm out of wild shape. So if I turn out of this wild shape, I'm done for the day in terms of combat. So you can
Gotcha.
unprone me. For the sake
Yes,
of.
I can. You are disproned.
Thank you. And the rage. And yeah, okay, we're all good. So I have to be. So for reference, everyone, or Coriel, he's gonna stay a crocodile until he's really sure there's nothing else to fight.
That might be a while before there's nothing else to fight.
He can fit in, Gary. It's just you guys are gonna be, stuck.
You have to go first.
Oh
Actually-
god, the
actually, this
upholstery
has-
in the halls.
Actually,
The
it's
lighting
kind of.
sconces in the halls.
Eh,
You're gonna have to leave this vault, aren't you?
sooner or later.
You're going to squeeze down the hallway in that form?
What do I care?
Reginald is going to beat you with a newspaper.
And then he'll just lose that particular part of his body. What's the problem?
We can go out there and, I don't know, we could try teleporting out of the demi-plane. That's the best plan.
How about no? How about I go where I want because I'm a fuck off crocodile?
Okay.
Actually, speaking of fuck off crocodiles, I am going to need a new top-down token for something I found, which I'm going to theme once I take a level in something, but we'll get to that. I'm just saying, Tagashi, have various
Yes,
crocodile-shaped
need-
top-downs.
You will. I will. Pardon?
Well, he's going to change what kind of crocodile he is, different enough to where I don't think this top-down would work anymore. I don't know. I'd have to look at it.
Yeah. Send me your image and I will work my Photoshop magic.
Thank you. I'll email it to you for simplicity.
Okay. I will have the session summary up. It's usually up by Monday night, so.
Oh yeah, take
And
your
I
time.
will
no
have
rush.
the list of artifacts that you have fought so hard for up as well.
Hooray!
Hooray!
See y'all next